What's up, guys? Today I'm here with Christian. I know Christian from Agency Velocity now. What time? Like more than a year.
About a year, right? Well, I've
Crazy.
known you from the accelerator program before.
Yeah, I
So I was in the
too.
accelerator and then I came into agency velocity.
Yeah. So like more than a year.
Oh yeah. Probably about a year. I think about a year because I joined
Yeah.
agency velocity in around about July time.
So it's anniversary then almost though.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, tell the people a little bit about you, Christian, and then we're gonna start into it.
Yeah, so just as a high level overview of who I am. So I work in lead generation. I used to work in manufacturing for over 10 years across various different industries in various different roles. And what I did notice is that manufacturers, they lack a lot in terms of they're great at fulfillment and they're great at producing a fantastic product, fulfilling on that product, cutting costs, being more efficient. But they really lacked on the front end in terms of marketing and sales. A lot of them resort to like old school methods. So I decided to work in the manufacturing area and manufacturing providers in terms of lead generation. So combining my understanding of sales and lead generation to help manufacturers and manufacturing providers get ahead, essentially. And I'm originally from the UK. Grew up in France, so I live around the world. Right now, I'm in Colombia. So I like to travel and I like to experience new different locations, different areas. Right now, for the last few weeks, as I've been saying to Johannes before this call, I've been absolutely just working my butt off with campaigns, marketing, and working on the business. Also doing my own physical activity. I'm a big sports guy, so I love to keep active. Massively into martial arts, so I like to box quite a lot. So that's what I've been doing recently, and yeah, so here to share my experience with you all. I've known Johannes for about a year as we've been going through this, and like Johannes is the man. He knows his stuff about mindset. So here we are.
Well, sorry to interrupt your video, but it's for something important. I know exactly that only 20% of you will watch this video until the end, and I don't want you to miss out. I have a new Skool group, all right? And if you like my content, you have to join the Skool group because there you're going to find my best shit from now on. And it's completely free. And I have something super special for you. I have created a course for you that I call the Natural Success Code. And what I'm going to do there is teaching you in 7 days exactly how you can find all your hidden mental blockers and get your natural success mindset back that you had as a kid before society installed all the bullshit. So if you like my shit, join my Skool group below. The link is below. Sign up right now and I'll see you inside. And now continue the video. I would watch it to the end if I would be you because it's fucking fire. Fire, man. Thanks, man. All right, so let's go for the question. So let's go for the before situation. So before we worked together, what specific mental virus or limiting belief was sabotaging your success that you couldn't see at this time? And what strategies did you know you should implement but kept finding yourself unable to execute on?
So in terms of before situation, like before going through like the mindset program stuff, a lot of what I had was limiting belief. I think I've had that. I've had it since I was a teenager actually. I grew up pretty confident. And then eventually when I got into my teens, my confidence level dropped massively and I started doubting myself quite a bit. And you're not good enough, all that kind of stuff. And that just kept coming up all the time. And I honestly I didn't really know what I should do to get rid of it. Like people told me meditation. I'd done other like mindset, modules on other courses and stuff, and I didn't really get anywhere specifically with those. And there's 1,001 things on YouTube, right? So it's like, okay, well, which one works, So yeah, mainly around confidence was the thing, the you're not good enough, you don't deserve it. Why would somebody pay you to do, or why would somebody work with you when they could work with somebody else, kind of thing. That was a big part of what was going through my mind.
Okay. And like, what had you previously tried to overcome these implementation issues? Why didn't these approaches work for you?
Well, I think one of them was like meditation, to meditate on things. Now I've got a love-hate relationship with meditation. That
Hmm.
was one of the main ones that I'd say that kept coming up. People kept recommending to me, and I'd say that it didn't work because, or I didn't get it didn't work for me anyway, because I found myself unable to sit down for a long period of time and do nothing. That's kind of, I don't know why, but I had difficulty doing that, unless I'm doing something. And uh, so yeah, other mindset programs as well that I'd been, well, other like parts of mindset courses that I'd been through, like mindset modules of other courses that I'd been through.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Quite generic stuff, I'd say, in a way, not stuff
Hmm.
that I like to get practical, I like to get my hands on things, and I like to do stuff.
Hmm.
So that is, what I found helpful with this was, the fact that I was able to do stuff. So yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, cool. What was like the breakthrough moment? So, what was the specific moment when you realized your limitations weren't your fault, but actually mental viruses instead in the operating system? And how did that realization feel?
It's funny that the breakthrough moment goes against what I just said before, but it was actually during meditation. one of those guided one of those guided meditations with Johannes's voice in my ear, guiding you through the meditation.
Mhm.
Um, and that was when the your thoughts aren't you. I think that's the biggest thing that I got. Like that was the biggest thing that came from
Mhm.
that kind of changed a lot of things in a way. Was
Mhm.
your thought? You're not your thoughts,
Mhm.
and that came from during a meditation. I'd heard of it before. I'd heard it, but I didn't really internalize it. You know, when you hear things and you don't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
internalize
yeah.
them. And this was, and this during the 10-minute meditation thing that you have, or 9 minutes with the mirror.
Yeah, oh yeah, the
Um,
mirror one is strong. Yeah, I
the
heard it
the
from a lot
mirror
of
was
people.
it was it the mirror one's the one I'm doing right now. I can't remember if it was the mirror one, but it was a 10-minute one, and my
Mhm.
and that was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not my thoughts. That's true. They come and then they go, and then that's pretty much it. So
Mhm.
that was a breakthrough moment.
Mhm. Fireman, thanks for sharing. So, what was the most powerful debugging? What was the most shocking mental virus you discovered through the course? And once eliminated, what immediate changes did you notice in your implementation and business?
So the most powerful thing was, and the big overarching one for me was the fact that I wasn't good enough. I was playing that record in my mind,
Mhm.
and it had been playing in my mind for a long time,
Mhm.
too long,
Mhm.
and I think that I didn't realize that I'd eliminated it until I was like, huh, I don't think like that anymore. I don't have that thought anymore. I don't have that thought that I'm not good enough anymore, you
Mhm.
know? And once I did, I'd say that I was able to open up more with other people.
Mhm.
So this is outside of business, but obviously, your life
Yeah,
translates
yeah,
into
yeah.
business, right?
Great, yeah. Mhm.
And I was able to open up to people a lot more. I became a lot more came back to my old self in a way. I was much more. My old self was very much more confident, outgoing. Out there. Kind of just trying to like I'd say uh I was able to approach people, have conversations,
Mhm.
get people to interact with people, quite well, and I felt like there was something holding me back, and then now I just felt like that wasn't holding me back. And so what has happened as an effect of that in terms of business? Well, that translated into my sales calls.
Mhm.
That was able to help me um, be more authentic during the calls
Mhm.
and able to sell more. And as a result, I sold more of my, you know, more of my offer kind of thing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
um, I also, I was able to play the line out more with my current clients as well. So kind of
Mhm.
the ones that I that I have, that things were not necessarily going as well. While
Mhm.
I was able to translate, okay, what we're doing specifically to try and get out, to try and sort the problem, but it made other people more understanding. They
Mhm.
understood more, and I was able to get my message across more effectively because I was me without a mask.
Well, I love that. That's great, man. Okay. And like the emotional transformation, how has your day-to-day experience being an entrepreneur changed since debugging these mental viruses? And what's the biggest difference in how you feel?
So I'm definitely more optimistic. Like, as opposed to being before, I was very much kind of, oh, I don't really want to do this. It's kind
Mhm.
of I didn't feel good about doing it. I didn't see the value in what I was doing, and I was able to turn that around. And I'd say that I've got the power. I'd like to say that I've got the more power in my hands right now. I have
Mhm.
the power of my life in my hands.
Mhm.
Um, and and just to come back onto the to what I was saying before in terms of emotional transformation, in terms of like transformation and how that results tangibly. Like, obviously, I feel a lot more lighter. I feel a lot more lighthearted.
Mhm.
Um, there's still a lot of work that I'm doing right now.
Mhm.
I'm able to translate that into actual business dollars, right? So I'd say that because I was able to sell more, I closed. It wasn't a huge amount because these are like trial clients, but I
Mhm.
closed about 5 grand in the last 3 months. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'd say that in terms of tangible
Mhm.
results, I'd say that definitely contributed to that for sure.
Super fast. Okay, great. Addressing skepticism. So, what would you say to someone who is skeptical that mental debugging could really transform their businesses quickly? And what would convince them?
Well, I mean, if you're leading in business, right? If you're in business, people buy you, right? Especially if you're an agency owner and you're doing your own sales or you've got your own team, you have to sell yourself to your team. You have to sell yourself
Mhm.
to your prospect. Um, the clearer you can be on yourself, the better you can lead. They'll be able to follow, especially in sales. But not also just in business. You could also that's also the case in life as well, right? When you're living without a mask, people will connect to you better.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that I'd say that anybody who's skeptical, well, I mean, the benefits are there. It's just, are you ready to are you ready to face them, kind of thing? Are you ready
Mhm.
to go through it?
Mhm.
Because it works.
Mhm.
It works. It's just you got to find the tool that makes it work for you.
Mhm. Mhm. Great. Okay. And what would you say directly to someone watching this now who knows they're capable of more but keeps hitting like invisible barriers to their success?
Mm. I'd say that everybody is capable of more, and I think that through conditioning, whether it's parents, whether it's society, whether it's ourselves, even,
Yeah.
we're all capable of more, right? And if you're aware of that, it's like Neo in the Matrix. He knew that he knew that the Matrix was the world, the Matrix was a lie, and
Mhm.
you can see that other side, right? The choice is now up to you. Do you decide to, now that you know that you can do better or that you are capable of more, are you willing to confront that and go through the work
Mhm.
to 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 find it? If not, then that's fine. That's why there's a matrix, right? The matrix is there to keep you in it and
Yeah,
whatever. But
exactly. Mhm.
you can choose to eat steak in the matrix and have an okay kind of life, or do you choose to face the reality that, okay, well, it's going to be dirty and ugly and the truth is there, but there's absolute value in that truth, and that allows you to grow into who you need to become, and you have that choice. But one thing I will say also is, and it's probably, um, I didn't come up with this, but we're gonna suffer either way. If you're alive right now, life is suffering. You're gonna suffer either way. So if you're not doing anything, you're gonna suffer with mediocrity or doing the same thing. or you can choose to suffer and get better. And I would argue that suffering to get something better and become better is a lot more rewarding than suffering and staying the same.
Boom.
So I'd
Fire.
probably say that's
Love
I'd say
it. That
that's
was brilliant. That was
that's the thing.
beautiful. Yeah, so true, man. I can't agree more. All right. And the last question, what would you say to someone that is on the fence to join Limitless Rewired?
Well, I'd say definitely. Well, I mean, what would I say to somebody who's on the fence? I mean, are you ready to face the reality? Are you willing to take off the mask? Because you may not be willing to take off the mask, and that's okay, but that's your decision. And how much time are you going to waste with the mask on, knowing that you could be doing more and you are capable of more?
Fucking
And
fire.
then, do you want to live with that reality? Do you want to live knowing that you could, you know, people around you, not just for yourself, but the people around you as well that rely on you and look up to you or even love you in the way? Do you not think that they deserve to see the real you?
Beautiful. Love it, man. Thanks so much, man. That was awesome. Thanks for joining the interview questions. Great to have you in my circle, brother. And yeah, I'll see you soon.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Cheers.
All right.